You're listening to Lucky Hawk Talks, the show where Lucky Hawk talks. Now here's your host, Lucky Hawk.
Hello and welcome to a very special edition of Lucky Hawk Talks Classics, this time from October 27th, 2014. Now the first time I ever heard the Misfits, I became an instant fan for life. So I was ecstatic to be able to talk to Doyle Wolfgang von Frankenstein, their legendary guitarist. Now I was warned that Doyle didn't like to really talk, but I think I was able to get him to open up a bit. So join me as he tells me about his early influences in music, how he got into the Misfits in the first place, and what his relationship is like with his brother.
Growing up, what kind of music were you interested in?
When I was a kid?
Yeah.
Well, my mom was a 50s child, so she had all 45s from, all the 50s artists, and when we were kids, we would play those, and that kind of got us started in music, so we liked that stuff, and then from there went on to, 70s rock, David Bowie, Queen, Zeppelin, Deep Purple, that kind of shit, and then we got into punk rock and went out of our minds for a little while, and of course that turned into, all kinds of metal, and pretty much I like metal a lot, I like punk, I like metal, I think those two are my favorite, but I do listen to all kinds of shit, I like good music, I like good songs, I don't give a fuck who's singing them or it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, you mentioned David Bowie. Now that's kind of unusual. I think that would be not many people would expect you to like David Bowie.
Well, look at Marilyn Manson. Who is he? He's David Bowie and Alice Cooper mixed in a blender.
Exactly.
But he is, and I'm a huge Marilyn Manson fan, and I look the way I look because of Alice Cooper, and the theatrics of, looking like that as well, and putting on a show, that's pretty much David Bowie and Alice Cooper, right?
Exactly. Do you have a favorite David Bowie record?
Maybe Aladdin Sane. I like Aladdin Sane. I like Diamond Dogs. I like the older shit. I don't like, I think once he hit Young Americans, I was like, oh boy, what is this?
Yeah. At what point did you start playing guitar?
8th grade graduation, my brother bought me a guitar from one of Glenn's friends. It was like a 1955 Les Paul Junior kind of thing, and I just, Glenn showed me the bar chord, and Jerry showed me the 2 notes on the big string and the next biggest string, and I just kept practicing and practicing.
Mm.
And I used to practice with the guys when Bobby Steele wouldn't come from New York, to Jersey to rehearse. I would just sit in with them, and they were recording, I guess I don't know what album it was called at that point, but it became Walk Among Us, but it was actually the 3 Hits from Hell session, which was, 12 songs or something, or 13, I don't know, but he didn't show up. And I had all my stuff there, my guitar and my amps and stuff, and Glenn just turned to me and goes, you play it. And I says, fuck yeah, I'm going to play it. And then I played it, and that was it.
Awesome. You have a distinct way of just beating the crap out of your guitar as you play. How did that start?
I never noticed that. I have a saying, and it's, I'm no virtuoso. Oh no, so I gotta give you a show. I gotta give you something to holy crap you out of there. I gotta be like, holy fuck, gotta entertain you.
Well, it works. So.
Works for me.
Yeah. When did you start actually building your own guitars? What led to that?
We were working at our machine shop, and a friend of mine that used to work there comes in with this guy, and his name was Rand, and they were working on this guitar, and they were hogging out some of the wood because they were making the necks on an angle, so once you put the neck in the body and the neck through, piece of the neck sticks out, and they were hogging that out with a router, just jamming it in there, and then sanding it by hand. I'm like, what the fuck is all this? It looks like Swiss cheese. They're like, oh, we got to chop that up, and then we file it. And I'm like, I said, fuck that, give me that thing. I put it on one of our machines, and I made it perfect, like in 5 minutes, you know? They were like, ooh, and then they started working at our shop because we had machines, and I had drawn my guitar on a book in high school, you know, when your mom would cover your books in a paper bag, you know, and I used to draw on them all day because I didn't pay attention to school like a fool, so the only thing I saved that picture, and when he came in, you know, I'm like, I want to make this guitar, you know, and we started making it, and I held up the picture to the Paul Stanley I was playing at the time, the Iceman, and it was right to scale, so it was pretty simple to get it right.
You guys put out some amazing songs during your time with the Misfits. Do you personally have a favorite song from that era?
Yeah, the last one every night.
That's a great answer. Perfect answer. Now I read that Glenn announced to the band that you guys are breaking up during a show. Is that true?
I don't remember that.
Don't remember that? Okay.
No.
Obviously, you have a good relationship with Glenn today because you toured together. I saw you guys, I think, in '05, and it was great. Is it easy working with Glenn?
Yeah, we have a good time, man. You know, he kind of gives me a little bit more carte blanche than the rest of his guys, you know, because he knows I'm just going to play that shit the way I'm going to play it, and that's the way it's going to be, you know. But, yeah, we have a fucking great time.
Yeah, it's a good show, too. I heard in an interview that you said you don't warm up before a show. Is that...
I did it once, and I had the worst show of my life, and no, I never do. Usually my hands are so beat up and sore that I do not want to touch the guitar until I have to. Yeah. So, right before I go on, they put it on me, they hand me a pick, and I go out.
Yeah, get the job done.
Yeah.
Has Glenn ever asked you to work on one of his solo Danzig records?
No.
In the 90s, you reformed the Misfits with your brother Jerry. How did your time with the second version of Misfits compare to the first time?
I was a better musician and a better performer. Traveling was better. You know, shows were bigger and better. You know, the equipment was better. Songwriting, I didn't think was better. About it.
Well, you guys had music videos then too. That must have been pretty nice.
I hate doing music videos.
Really? Well, I was going to ask you about that. I also read that you don't like appearing on stage. Is that true?
I don't like what?
Actually, like appearing in front of people.
On stage, I do. I don't like, you know,
like the acting?
People face to face.
Yeah. It's understandable. I'm exactly the same way. Now, I'm a big wrestling fan. And you're not? Okay, good. That answers that question. But how did you get involved with WCW?
Vampiro was using our music to as his intro. And he wanted us to go on the show, and I thought we were going to play on the show, you know. And cause I think kids played on the show, and I was like, wow, this would be huge for us to play on TV, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what I thought was going to happen. So we were playing this place called First Avenue in Minnesota, and it's right across the street from the Target Center. And we got dressed early, and we went across the street, and we did the first gig, and we walked out with them, and that's when I found out wrestling was real.
Did they actually train you guys? Because I know you got physical a few times in there.
We would, you know, I guess that shit's all top secret, but we used to, before the people would come in, we would work on stuff, you know,
Mm-hmm.
in the ring. But, yeah, that wasn't a good place for us to be.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm a big wrestling fan, so I dug it. Since you left the Misfits, it's become a trio with your brother on vocals. What do you think of what Jerry has going on right now with the Misfits?
I don't think about it.
Okay. Makes sense. So you don't really like talking about Jerry?
I have no problem talking about him.
Okay. So do you still have a good relationship with him?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
See him all the time.
Oh, good. Okay. I mean, I guess family. That's kind of how that rolls.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely do you think a full Misfits reunion is?
10.
Is that a 10 for yes?
Just say 10.
That's a good point. Well, why do you think those two guys can't just get it together for the money's sake? I mean, it'd make a ton of money.
I say this all the time. Well, this is the only business in the world where people can't get along and make millions of dollars doing something they like to do. I can't get my head around it, I love to see bands get back together and do great. Even bands that I don't listen to, Motley Crue, so happy when they came back and started making a bunch of money. I think Guns N' Roses should do it. I'm a fan of those. I like Slash. I don't really like the Guns N' Roses music, but you know what I mean? I think Led Zeppelin should fucking do something. It's ridiculous. Black Sabbath coming back together. That's great. That's fucking great. You know what I mean? It's, you give them what they want. People, you can't make them think either. You just gotta give them what the fuck they want.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty simple when you think about it.
It's so simple that it's insane.
You guys, your band Doyle, are you guys, what are you doing for Halloween?
I will be on tour with Arch Enemy, riding in the bus with my girl.
Excellent. Now,
Exactly.
I haven't, I don't know, have you been on stage and played with Arch Enemy at any of your shows? Is that, something that happens?
But I only play with the singer.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Me and her would both love for us to tour together, And the guys are so cool, and they respect her so much, and they treat her like a fucking queen. And she asked them if I can go, and they were like, "Fuck yeah, you can go." So I'm going.
Excellent. If you weren't a rock star, what do you think you'd be doing?
Trying to be a rock star.
What's that? Trying to be a rock star?
Yeah, and I'm still trying. So
we're gonna put this interview out towards the end of October because we're doing like a Halloween kind of deal.
yeah.
What does Halloween mean to you?
What does it mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It means you gotta go to work.
That's true.
Super Bowl. That's our Super Bowl.
Yeah, I can see that. Do you have a favorite horror movie?
I think that's the worst question ever.
Oh man.
I don't give a fuck what my favorite horror movie is.
Yeah.
I like horror movies. I like scary movies. I like fucking intense movies. I like funny movies. I like documentaries, man.
You like it all.
I like movies. How do you not like movies?
Everybody should like movies. Do you have a favorite band?
A favorite band that I listen to?
Yeah, besides Doyle.
Right now, it's Arch Enemy. I listen to that all the time. I think they're fucking insanely great. I heard of them only once before she told me that they asked her to join. She actually called me on FaceTime crying from Japan, and I was like, what happened? And I'm like thinking, where am I getting this plane ticket from, man? I'm going to come out here and kill somebody.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, my favorite band just asked me to join them. I'm like, is that bad? She's like, no, it's good. I'm like, that's fucking great. But my friend, the tattoo lady, Amy Nicoletto, she did Elisa's tattoo, and she's been a friend of mine for like 20 fucking years. She had mentioned them. She said, your band should play with Arch Enemy. I didn't know who the fuck they were. And then I got to hear War Eternal while she was writing it, you know, in the kitchen, in the car, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And once they went and recorded it, I mean, I didn't hear the whole thing till it came out. After it was done, but I heard all the demos, which were fucking great as well. But I said, "What's your set list? I want to buy all the songs in your set list, so when I come see you, I know every song." So she gave me the set list, and I've been listening to it, and it's so insanely great. Never heard musicians like that in my life. Some of that shit doesn't seem humanly possible to me. And the songs are written great, and they're just fucking amazing. Really like it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Arch Enemy as well.
Yeah, it's great. It's amazing.
You know this, but you are an intimidating figure. I mean, you're. But when did you start working out seriously?
10. I was 10.
Really?
There's a secret to what I look like, and everybody's like, "What's your workout secret?" It's no secret. It's just consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Eat good food, consistency, and that's it.
Yeah, that's something I struggle with. Not eating chicken wings and being a fat ass. I don't want to.
You just gotta get up and do it, man. You can't just, not do nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Out of your entire career, what would you consider to be the highlight of your career?
Me and Lisa.
Yeah? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans? You've obviously been writing songs. Do you have any plans for your next album?
Our next album is written, recorded. Only thing we have to do is the drums over, because our drummer bailed on us, and now he's not in the band, so I need to have another drummer, re-record the drums, and we're going to have it out by spring. All we got to do is title it, do the artwork, and put it out. We got to mix it too.
Yeah. Your last album, Abominator, had a vinyl release too. Do you prefer vinyl over CD and digital?
It's a better quality sound. It's 24 bits of sound instead of 16, like a CD. And I'm guessing that an MP3 is 8 bits. MP3s, they suck. You can't turn that shit up. So our vinyl is 24-bit. It's 45 RPMs. It has 4 songs on the side. It's a double album. It's a fold out, and it's 180-gram virgin vinyl. It's top of the line. That's the best sound quality you're going to get.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like vinyl is making a comeback. Jack White just released a vinyl album. I think it sold more than the last 25 years. So hopefully, vinyl's going to pick up with the kids. But
yeah, it's just a very fragile media. It gets all poppy and scratchy, and I don't have a vinyl player. I mean, I used to. I used it a lot when I had it, but I have no vinyl. I have my vinyl. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like to hear it on vinyl. Actually, I was doing an interview, and they put it on. They had that 33 speed, and I'm like, God damn it, that sounds so fucking heavy on vinyl. I was like, wait a minute, it's fucking wrong speed.
There it is, folks, the one and only Doyle Wolfgang von Frankenstein. What a guy. Surprising to everyone, the Misfits did end up getting back together and doing a series of shows, so it was pretty interesting to get his take on it before it actually happened, because no one expected it to happen. Of course, Doyle, along with his Misfits reunion, which sporadically plays here and now, tours as Doyle and still puts out music, so go check that out. If you enjoyed this interview and you want access to every interview I've ever done in print format, please go to amazon.com/author/luckyhawk. You'll find everything there. It's free if you have Kindle Unlimited. If not, it's just 99 cents per volume. A little inside talk here before I let you go. This is the last episode of Lucky Hawk Talks Classic. As you might have noticed if you've been following along, each of these episodes is about a decade old, and I haven't done anything since. Now, I don't plan on doing any more episodes as far as going forward, but I don't know. Never say never. If you want me to keep going, if you want new episodes, please let me know in the comments. Like, share, all that good stuff. And who knows? We'll see what happens. I'm Lucky Hawk, and maybe we'll talk later.